sounds of Norfolk.
BBC Radio Norfolk.
You're listening to the Friday Night Show on BBC Radio Norfolk. Sophie Little here with you until 10 o'clock tonight. And our second festival of the evening to talk about now. And coming soon is this year's Norwich Film Festival. It's got 133 short films from 21 countries. How amazing is that? Festival assistant Niamh Brook is here to tell me more about what we can expect from this year's selection. Hi, Niamh.
Hello, how are you?
Really good, thanks. How are you?
I'm really well, thank you.
Good to hear it. How excited are you for this year's festival?
I'm so excited. When I saw the selection come out, I just sat and scrolled through the website for so long. Every single film just looks phenomenal. It's going to be amazing.
It's your first year on the team. How's that going?
It's going really, really well. I mean, it's just so amazing to be part of the team. I mean, the Norwich Film Festival is such an amazing thing to have in Norwich, and to be a part of it is just such a dream.
And so what is the team like, and what's your role?
So my role as a festival assistant is I sort of help with sort of odd jobs that everyone does on the festival, and I do sort of stuff like this where I'm a bit chattier and I talk about all things about the festival. And I'm currently making a podcast for the festival where we're interviewing some past winners directors.
Oh, that sounds really fun. Very cool. And so tell us a little bit about the kind of the film festival for people that haven't heard of it before, the history, I guess.
Yeah, of course. So Norwich Film Festival was founded way back in 2009 and is a celebration of all things independent film, and we actively support and champion filmmaking. And winners from our festival have now gone on to win BAFTAs, Oscars, and have been featured at festivals like Sundance, Tribeca, and South by Southwest.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. So people submit films to you. Do you know how many submissions you had for this year's festival?
I don't know how many submissions we had overall, but I help view the backlog. So we have volunteers that look through all the films that are submitted and review them. And I had, I don't know, hundreds to, thousands, like so many films I saw on that backlog. So we had quite a lot of submissions this year.
And is it hard to then, narrow it down to the official selection?
Yeah, I mean, every film submitted, you can just tell heart and soul has gone into it. And you can just be so proud of every single film submitted. So it's a really, really hard task to narrow it down to that 133 in the official selection.
And am I thinking this is the largest official selection that the festival's had before?
Yes, I think it is. It's definitely a big one, but they all look absolutely fantastic. So everyone needs to check them out.
So how is it working this year? Is it online, in person? I know that's something that most festivals are having to consider. How is Norwich Film Festival taking place?
So this year, the festival will be taking place between the 12th and the 21st of November, but it's going to be a hybrid event this year. Obviously, last year, the world kind of turned upside down. So we're going to be doing an in-person event that's going to be happening throughout Norwich. And then concurrently, we're going to be doing an online event. So the next day, films that we screened in person will be on our online platform, and they will be on there until the end of the month.
Wow, that's awesome. And so you've picked some out for us tonight. Now, I have done the scroll of the official selection page, clicked on lots of films, watched lots of their previews. They all look stunning, seriously stunning. And you've got kind of three that you're going to highlight for us tonight. So can you tell us a little bit about them?
Yeah, of course. So the first one is Maximus. It was directed by Richard Prendergast. I hope I pronounced that right. I'm sorry, Richard, if I didn't. It is an East Anglian fantasy adventure film, which you don't get to say that often. It was shot in locations across East Anglia, as well as my old uni, UEA, so it definitely has Norwich all over its fingertips. It's a film infused with imagination, tragedy, and magic, and it's told through a little girl's perspective, so it's a really unusual film to have.
This is one of the ones that I watched, actually, and it's stunningly beautiful. She sat on a bench talking to a grown-up, and then it all goes into the kind of, is it the imaginary realm?
Yeah, it's the imaginary realm, and it just looks so wonderful. And to have, East Anglia and Norwich presented in such like a massive cinematic way, it's so cool, and I think it's going to be such an amazing film in the festival.
Yeah, absolutely. That's ticked a lot of boxes for me. Locally based, and fantasy as well. It just sounds brilliant. What's the next pick?
So the next one is a bit more topical. It's called Thank You So Much. It was directed by Thomas Mongina. Again, I'm really sorry if I butchered that last name. It is about the Clap for Carers last year. So last year, as everyone remembers, every Thursday evening we went out and clapped. And this is sort of a satire about that and how the pressures we felt during the clap and what we put ourselves through. And given how utterly bizarre last year was, it would be really lovely to see kind of a comedy discussing that and what we all went through.
Amazing. That sounds like a really good one as well. And what's the third pick?
And the third pick is Art Buff, directed by Hannah Ava Dahl. And especially, it's all about Banksy, and especially with Banksy popping up recently all over East Anglia, this is quite a topical one to have. So Art Buff is a documentary all about when Banksy street art in Kent was cut out of a wall and flown to America to be sold. And it's a documentary that spans 6 years and discusses sort of who really owns art and what really art means to people. And it looks like a really, really interesting discussion on the people that were affected by this sort of court case, really. It's a sort of a legal drama.
Well, that's right up my street too, and I watched the trailer for that one too, and it's really beautifully shot, and thoughtful as well. And the one thing I was struck by is the scale of the Banksy that was cut down.
I know, it was massive, wasn't it? And I had never heard of this, so it's really made me want to learn more. It looks really interesting about how it all sort of came to be.
Absolutely, and yeah, who has ended up with it now as well? Well, they're all on my list, and I can't wait until the festival happens in November. So, if you wouldn't mind, can you give us those details again about how, when it comes to November, people can get involved?
Yes, of course. So, again, we're running between the 12th and the 21st of November. Our website is norwichfilmfestival.co.uk, so all of our information's on there if you want to learn more, and we will be releasing more information about press screenings and more information about the other side of the festival, so do keep up to date. We have our Twitter at Norwich Film Fest, we have a newsletter that you can find on our website, so yeah, just keep up to date with us, and I really hope you enjoy the festival.
Oh, Niamh Brook, thank you ever so much. I'm sure we will talk between now and November when the festival happens. And if anybody's listening to that and thinking, oh, I'm quite excited by that, well, A, you should be, but B, you should have a look at the website at the official selection. Loads and loads of those 133 short films have trailers as well. So you can get yourself in the know and excited ahead of the festival. Thanks very much, Niamh.
No problem, thank you.
You give me the